90s and entered the 2000s, the noughties introduced PG-13 horror. Now, PG-13 horror is something that I defend on occasion because horror is horror. The rating is next to meaningless almost. It's a borderline suggestion. I've seen horrible horror movies that are rated R, and I've seen really good horror movies that are PG-13. So the rating is just that. It's a rating. And with that said, I think that The Others is one of the better examples of a genuinely unsettling movie that is PG-13. And just to further drive that point home, one of my favorite horror movies of all time is 1982's Poltergeist, and that movie is rated PG. And I know the rating system was different than it is now, but keep in mind, a movie that has a possessed tree, a killer clown doll, and a portal to another dimension was rated PG. Ah, the 80s. It tells the story of a young woman named Grace, played by Nicole Kidman. She lives on the Isle of Jersey in England, which was formerly occupied by Nazi Germany during World War II. World War II has just wrapped up by this point, and she is trying to carve out some kind of normality with herself and her children. It's especially tricky because her children have a rare disease that basically means that they cannot go out during the daytime. The young daughter believes that she has seen a ghost, and Grace immediately dismisses this. However, the evidence begins to pile up that their new home is in fact a haunted one. Even more haunted than they realize. This was directed by Alejandro Amenabar. I hope I'm saying that right. The only other film I know that he's directed was a movie called Regression, starring Ethan Hawke and Emma Watson. Have not seen it, but I've heard mixed to good things. So if you have seen it, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read that. But point I'm trying to get at is that this director really did hit one crucial point of this movie home: the atmosphere. This movie feels legitimately like damp, dark, and just generally really creepy. It also really helps that with the whole rub of these kids cannot go out at night, or out during the daytime, excuse me. So you got to get creative in that particular space, and the way that Amenabar goes about it, I thought was very clever. This movie only had a $17 million budget. It looked twice that, which is a pretty high compliment from me. And side note, this movie was actually produced by Tom Cruise. Yes, really. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, I believe, were either dating or married at the time. So that's your connection right there. The movie just has an overwhelming sense of dread. You don't know where it's coming from, but you just have you have like a pit in your stomach. You can't explain it, but you just look around and you say to yourself, something's not right here. And what's even more disturbing is that you can't put your finger on it. I love that feeling. I love the spirit of that. I hate it in the moment, but when I think about it, I actually love it. Nicole Kidman does a really good job in that department as well with her performance, as well as the young actors who play Nicole Kidman's kids in the movie. They both do a very good job as well. There is a bit of a twist in the movie, and I will not spoil it here, but to be completely honest, in the moment, I was like, okay, I had a feeling, but I actually didn't see it coming. So it was a pretty good twist. Combine a great score, a genuinely haunting atmosphere, good performances from all the actors involved. And honestly, The Others is severely underrated, especially like not just the noughties, but in any era. I hear this movie's getting remade, because of course, but I hope that that doesn't happen. Or if it does happen, then that remake is in some serious trouble, because The Others is certainly more than worth its weight in gold. Seek it out if you have not. It's on Max. Go watch it.